I always put hold. This is like a base.
Wait, bentar. Kayaknya bisa. Besok tuh jadi nonton apa enggak sih sebenarnya? Adik, besok tuh jadi nonton apa enggak sih?
Nonton apaan?
Loh kan, berarti nggak jadi ya? Lah, lu malah ganti game. Gimana dah?
Nggak tahu tuh bos gua. Evan, main kita.
Gua agak-agak ini sih. Dulu tuh gue main di Elysium sampai mana ya? Terus nggak lanjut lagi gara-gara mungkin karena emang gamenya terlalu banyak teks ya.
Motherfucker, you playing Baldur's Gate and you don't play
Baldur's
Elysium.
Gate tuh juga meskipun seandainya bosan nih gue nih. Gue masih ini masih enjoy ya karena ada actionnya. Ini tuh actionnya nggak terlalu
Ya, ini lebih ke lu jadi detektif. Apa jadi detektif apa?
benar. Dia kayak inilah intinya kayak apa yang ada di kepalanya dia gini loh, kayak kontrarian gitu-gitu. Saya milih aja yang kayak gituannya. Tapi so far sih dari ya gimana ya, dari cara mainnya ini sebenarnya kalau itu kan cara mainnya ya, cara pencapaian ceritanya sih mirip ya bagus gitu. Cuman gue nggak sukanya itu karena ya nggak ada actionnya. Tapi termasuk game yang bagus sih ini karena lu bisa milih choice apapun selama statnya mendukung.
And the evil apes are juking it out on the... You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. You can't even make... Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth. I know it. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force.
Somehow, you know.
Tapi yang menariknya adalah kalau gue ngomongin Baldur's Gate, sampai teman kantor gue juga main aja. Saking menariknya sih menurut gue. Tapi emang itu game nggak cocok buat ini sih, buat mabar. Susah nyari waktunya. Apalagi gua aja main sampai 100 jam.
Rookie's number.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring.
Beli Steam atau ini di bajakan di.
Is a hostel cafeteria.
Bajakan aja. Duitnya udah nggak masuk ke developer soalnya semua developer dipecat.
Ya, gua udah beli mau gimana lagi ya, Pan?
Refund.
Udah selesai, Pandi.
Jangan mendukung
lebih dari 2
publisher.
minggu, Pandi.
It should be
Jangan
easy to
mendukung
reach the
publisher
time.
yang tidak menghargai developernya.
Shut the fuck up.
You swoop
Serius,
up and
serius.
touch the time.
Gua
Iya
nggak-
tak.
What you have in your
Oke.
hand is a true
Gua kan nggak bohong. For real.
Ah, shut the fuck up.
No cap. No cap. Oh. Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
a mirror hangs
Gua mandi
above
dulu
a
deh.
bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold, you have no idea who this thing is.
Hey, that's
Do you?
me.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? What? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now what does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct.
Oh. Fuck you. Hey, man.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
I'm actually correct. Holy shit. I need
The
to drink.
window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows the shards face outward. Whatever, a fine web of scar, more likely a projectile than a held object. There, it is too large for a book like the green. Congratulations.
I've already played
You
this.
smashed the window with your own
The
shoe.
opening.
Now you only
I've already
have
played the
one.
opening.
If you're lucky, you can still find the other. A cool wind gushes in.
Hello, officer.
1951.
The young woman raises
Or
a cigarette
2051.
to her lips. Her eyes are brown, and a silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale.
I need to...
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been here for 3... Couldn't say.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped? She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit... Could it be because of the drink?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you. She looks back at you. A light.
Yes. There was the usual... I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear... Oh, yes.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about oh, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, a slow, sad song started playing. Yes, there was a church in there. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. Yes.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player probably. The song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Oranje, another part of the world.
Already.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. Glad to have been of assistance.
I got neck glove. There's a bullet. Find my other shoes. The fuck am I?
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
I see.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Oh wow, let's break.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Ouch, is such I see.
Hello, sweetie.
Cryptozoologist.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Yes, I am.
You
I
realize
don't know.
he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What is the best action? Just repeat.
Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now...
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. You mean you don't have a badge? Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
I see. What the fuck is their Monday?
Bentar gua colok dulu.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gard, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here, and I'm not going to stop...
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
People are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her
Did
this,
the
or is
ballad
it a rumor?
themselves? What the fuck?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the...
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. What are you, a philosopher?
Ngapain nih?
Gago. Karakter gue goblok aja.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Gue kayak bakalan ini dah. Bakalan mati nyalain
Officer,
komputer dulu.
you really need to take this up with your station.
Bentar
I
ya.
have a shortwave radio
Yeah.
in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe...
I'm going to save this now.